Yo, Bachi 2007 back at you with another one. We're going to check out another catch up from the Pop the Balloon or Fine Love show with Arlette. And this one is going to be a strong case of never trust a big button to smile, but also of a man standing on his square. This is in opposition to the last catch up we showed you, where this guy just simped all the way out for a corn star. That'll be maybe probably in one of the end caps, or if not, I'll have it down in the down below for you to check out that one if you didn't see it. Let's get into this one.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's your host, Arlette, and we are here today with Ramon and Alicia. Welcome,
Hey,
y'all. How
what's
we
going on?
feeling?
Doing all right yourself?
Good, yeah. I'm good, thanks. So we had you guys on episode 18 of Pop the Balloon or Fine Love, where you guys ended up matching. All right. Okay, so my final question, is it a yes for you for her?
For sure.
Is it a yes for you for him?
Yes,
We got a match!
If you saw this episode, you know that she was a goofy from the start, and I was reticent about whether anybody should want to match with her, just because that was kind of already showing, and she's going to show more of that in this catch up and how goofy she really is and what type of time she is. It's kind of no surprise, but she looks really good, so you know somebody was going to dive in, but we'll see how this brother handles himself in the situation.
Take this mic and you guys can go on off.
Yes!
And so, obviously on the show, we saw there were, quite a few comments about this, that, and the third. And, you guys went down the line, got to meet a few different people, and we got to know a little bit about each of you. But, if you want to just let us know a little bit more, Ramon, we could start with you.
We don't really care about that too much. We'll skip ahead, but before we do that, can you skip to the like button? Also hit that subscribe and notification bell. Like me up real quick and we're right back to the program. I actually changed my mind. We are going to listen to this because it's kind of important to set the stage. He doesn't get into a bunch of details. He just gets straight to the point, and we want to see what this man is doing with his life.
If you want to just let us know a little bit more, Ramon, we could start with you.
Yes, my name is Ramon. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, currently living in Scottsdale, Arizona. I own Triple R Detailing in Indiana,
Nice.
and then I also own Mila Properties here in Scottsdale, and then Kiss Gang Motorsports as well here in Scottsdale. So.
Okay, nice.
So he didn't come with, I'm a serial entrepreneur. You know, every single modern black woman, she's an entrepreneur. Most of them are serial entrepreneurs. They can't tell you what they actually do. This guy has actual businesses. He could name them, located in two different states. It sounds like at least two out of the three, if not all three, probably are brick and mortar locations. So he has actual business. Well, one of them is doing Airbnbs. But so, yeah, that's brick and mortar because you actually have a physical place people are renting from you, Airbnb. So that was interesting. Well, let's hear a little bit from her because what she says is going to be important later too.
The whole entrepreneur.
Yeah, got to in today's economy.
Yeah,
sure.
definitely. And then what about for you, Alicia?
So my name's Alicia. I'm from Washington State originally. I've lived in Arizona for a couple years.
Nice.
I go to school for marketing at ASU. Yeah.
Okay.
And I do content creating, of course.
Nice. So yeah, speaking of content creating, so on the show, one of the comments from one of the guys in the lineup was he was like, content creator, I wasn't sure what to think about that. And he kind of said he thought adult entertainer.
Yes.
What was going through your mind when he said that? Because you were like, wait, what? Like,
Honestly, I thought that was kind of funny. If you're saying that, are you telling me I'm your type? Or like, what are you getting at? A lot of people thought it was really offensive. Me, I was just like, whatever.
No, yeah,
Like, what are you talking about is the real question. That was
I'm going to find here later on that the guy kind of knew what he was talking about a little bit. I'm not going to tell you how yet, but we're going to look at her content that she creates a little bit later. But we're going to wait for her to talk about something else that it's going to also play into. So when we get to that point, then we'll look at her content and we'll talk about this moment as well at that juncture.
okay, well, kind of to get into the juicy part that everybody waits to hear about. Since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date?
Unfortunately, not.
Okay, why not?
yeah, let's talk about it. Why not?
Okay, you want to take it off?
You can start.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
start over
please
here.
start.
Well, we made arrangements on Thursday to have brunch on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe it was set for like 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
And I believe I reached out to her on Saturday to see if she wanted me to send a driver to her. I felt like that'd be nice. So we had reservations at Global Ambassador at one
Nice.
o'clock. So she didn't reply until 12:55 the next day. And she said she was gonna be late and that she had just seen the text and she thought she replied and this, that, and the other. But at that point, it was too late in
Okay.
my eyes.
Okay. Alicia?
All right, my man. You said you ain't wasting my time. You can't show me the respect to show up on time or even to speak to me the day before. How do you? This is what I'm going to really get into. She's about to get into a bunch of bimbo babble, trying to explain this all away. But the bottom line of it's going to be if you're trying to talk to somebody, if you actually have interest in a man, how did you go from Thursday all the way till 1 o'clock on Sunday and didn't even think to check your text stream in relationship to that guy if you actually have any interest in him. Sometimes texts come in and you accidentally tap it or don't realize it, rub against it in your pocket, and it clears it to where it's not lit up and you miss a text. That could happen. But if you're actually interested in this person, why are you going 2 or 3 days and not even looking to talk to them at all? But all right, let's listen to her bimbo babble about it.
Okay, so yeah, we had chit chatted throughout the week, and you had asked me, like, are you busy? Blah, blah, blah. And of course, yeah, he sent that text. I'm running out the door, and I didn't answer. Like, I didn't like leave him hanging,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't. I sent him the audio message, like, hey, I'm going to be like 5 minutes late. I'm on my way. And then when I go and check, I'm like, oh, shoot, I didn't text him back. So I'm not going to say I'm ditzy, but I'm like, hey, I'm on my way there, blah, blah, blah. So, like he said, at 12:55, I'm on my way to the Global Ambassador. His red receipts are on. He reads it, sees that I'm here. You can hear in the audio message, I'm obviously in my car driving, and he just leaves it on red. So then, mind you, I'm driving, going. I don't live that far. And then I get there and I'm like, hey, just parked in valet, right? So I'm like driving. I'm not totally on my phone.
Yeah.
I just assumed, like, out of good nature, I got up. I went to work last night, got up, got ready, went, that he was just going to meet me there. Like, we had confirmed the date like 3 times already.
Okay.
I understand that that was my fault that I didn't respond to that text. But at this point, we had like 3 confirmations. So I just assumed, maybe that's me, that we were going to show up. And yeah, he left the messages on red, didn't respond. I went, I hung out at the restaurant for like 15 minutes and said, gonna pack her up. Yeah, so no show.
So the reservation was for 1 o'clock. You left 12:55. About what time would you say you got there?
Well, I got there probably like 1:05, 1:10.
Okay.
But I hit him up like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I'm leaving my house right now. That's when.
Again, a bunch of bimbo babble. Now, we all know how these things really work in real life. If you're getting ready to go out with somebody and they're not communicating with you very often, you haven't heard from them in a couple of days, and especially when you sent them a message directly the day before trying to do something nice for her, and she doesn't respond, of course he's not going to show up. Typically, on the day of a meetup, a date or whatever, whether it's with friends, whether it's dating, y'all hit each other up a couple, 3 hours ahead of time. We still on for later on today. I'll see you in a couple hours or maybe an hour before. I'm getting ready, about to hit the door in 25 minutes, whatever have you. You're making sure that I'm not about to waste my time to go out to this place, especially when I haven't heard from you. You don't talk on a regular basis. So that would just be a natural thing. And to think that she's talking about she didn't realize a message wasn't sent until she was leaving out and she's in her car on her way 5 minutes before the date has started. You're going to meet somebody for a date at 1 o'clock on Sunday. How do you not the whole morning even check to see if that person has messaged you or you wanting to even message them again, saying, "Hey, I'm about to start getting ready. We still on. Can't wait to see you in an hour." Whatever the case may be. How do you go the whole morning leading up to the date and don't even interact with that person's text stream or phone call to see what's up if you're actually interested? We're going to see and understand that the whole week from the time they matched the weekend before coming up to that Saturday, that she just wasn't really showing any interest in him. And dude understood this. And he's like, I'm not going to sweat this chick. If you're not really interested, I'm gonna keep it moving, and that's the right thing to do. This brother gives a demonstration of how you should be handling yourselves and not jumping out the window for these broads, even if they are as hot as she is. She's really good looking. Most dudes would have simped out for her. This brother did the right thing.
When the message was sent at 12:55.
Okay, okay. So was there confirmation prior to, this date?
I mean, yeah,
Like she said, you
but
guys had
like I said, I text on Saturday,
So from
asking her about.
Saturday,
It wasn't any.
okay,
So it was like, nah, if you can't communicate, it's kind of pointless.
okay, got it. And so you said you did receive the message and you thought you texted him back, but it just didn't go through, or
I'm just on the way out the door, didn't press send, like rushing.
no, on
late
Saturday when he like sent another.
Yeah, I forgot to respond and had the whole text typed and then sent him an audio message like, hey Siri, send so and so a message.
Okay.
And then I open it because I'm like, oh, he didn't respond. It's like 1:05. I'm on the way. And then I look and then I'm like, okay, I didn't send it. The whole message is typed out. But then everything's getting red. So he's sitting there like watching me say, and I understand what he's saying, like, okay, you didn't confirm, I'm not gonna go. That makes sense. Like, I'll give that to you. But I thought it was just silly to leave me on red. You could have just texted me back and been like, oh girl, I'm not coming. Like, you didn't confirm. I thought that could have just been the respectable thing.
Okay.
Because I thought that was weird that you didn't respond, but you're telling people that I ghosted you in Phoenix. But you didn't respond to the last text. So that's kind of weird.
I mean, you responded a whole day later. So do you really call that responding?
It was less than 24 hours. This is your thing. I think you're very picky about times. That is one of the things. You've been very particular and picky about time, few instances that we had.
Okay.
Just like we had known each other 72 hours. And then remember that phone call we had?
Which one? Go ahead and let everybody else know.
Yeah, we only had one phone call.
Okay.
What
That's
happened?
one. I could grab the call.
But
See, this is the point. The whole week, y'all matched on a Saturday night when they did the show. From that Saturday night until the time they're supposed to see each other on the next Sunday, so that's what, 8 days later. If you're interested in somebody, you meet someone, you all are interested in actually seriously dating, so you proclaim, right? How do you go a whole week and you only talk to them one time? You only get on the phone once. You're not even trying, lady. And he's going to tell us that he called her numerous times. She didn't call him back like 3 different times. The one time they did talk was probably 1 out of 4 times he called her. She was never interested. He picked up on that. It was clear. It wasn't like it's hard to. You ain't got to be a game genius about game to realize this chick ain't really interested. She's got a lot of options. We can see that, and she was more interested in other options or playing the field. She wasn't that interested in him, and he wasn't gonna play himself. Man standing on his square. This is a good example. Let's see some more.
there was a few times that I called.
That is inaccurate. You gaslit me on the phone about that.
It was a few times that I called.
I'll go get the phone. I got the screenshots. You
and I
called
got the
me.
text messages.
Yeah, we have all the information. So
All
do you
of
want to
it.
hash it out?
I mean, if we have to.
I just thought it was weird. Okay, so let's run it back so we could clarify for the audience and for you as well.
Yeah, please.
$453,000.
For you to call my phone and talk about when I'm not answering and when I'm answering, and I'd known you for 3 days. I just thought that was rude.
But you still set the date.
Yes, because that
So
was the
if that
objective
if
of
that
the
was
show.
but we
you,
should have not have went on the date if you felt
And
that
thank
way.
God.
Why schedule the date?
on this fine Sunday, thank God that we didn't go on the date.
mean,
Because I just
thank
feel like this
God.
was the energy on
I
the
saved
phone.
my money.
So you felt like he was coming at your
Thank
throat?
God.
The same way that it's like this energy, it was very back and forth and very petty on the phone. And he's getting snippy on the phone. And I'm like, okay, so are we going to go on the date? That was my response is, okay, so are we going to do it? Are we going to do it? And I do feel like, yes, you're a little snippy. And I didn't appreciate it. But the objective of the show was to go on.
Holding her to account for her not being responsive and not communicating is being snippy to her. This is a man, again, standing on his square. See what it is? Dudes are always simping out for her. She's used to all these dudes who bow at her feet and try to make her happy and whatever you want, girl, whatever I can do for you, you so fine. And this dude is like, no, I'm not tolerating you. I'm not tolerating your attitude, all this what she's giving him right now, all of this energy and attitude and nastiness. She does this with guys all the time, and most of them just sit there and eat it. And this dude was like, nah, he checked that crap. Like, I called you, you need to respond. You need to be communicating. I don't have my time to be wasted. Clearly, he has options too, and he's not studying her like that. And that's what she's upset about. She never gets checked like this. Maybe she should date the bear. Let's put the bear up here. That's the preference. Maybe she should be dating the bear. All right. Because this man is not tolerating her foolishness and she can't stand it. She can't stand getting checked for once in her life by a man instead of a dude simping out.
On the date. And it just made me feel a little opportunistic of your objectives because prior to that, if you want to talk about everything, prior to that, you had sat here and asked me to model for your company. I thought that was rude.
You
and I
said
thought
you
that
was a content creator.
I didn't say I was a
So
model
if
and
I'm
that I was
trying,
going to come model
but
for
if
you.
I'm
Those aren't
trying
the
to put
same.
money in your pocket, what's wrong with
You
that?
didn't
I
mention a
wasn't
thing
trying
about,
to do anything for free, sweetheart.
but you
You
didn't
said
mention
you
a,
was a content creator. Like, I'm confused. If
So
that's
when
what
was
you
this
are,
asked? When did you
it
ask?
was damn near at the
maybe
beginning.
Sunday
At the beginning,
right
but
away.
she
So
said she was a content creator.
So we filmed Saturday, and then you asked her Sunday if she wanted to model.
She just said that, yeah, I'm a content creator, not a model. Hold my beer. Who is this person right here? Is this her Instagram? Is that her right here? Look at what we got here. But hold on, that ain't. Is this not a modeling photo shoot picture with the white background at a shoot set or where somebody brings a board or a sheet that they hang up and she's modeling? Hold on, wait a minute. Maybe I'm misinterpreting. Oh no, what does it say on her own hashtags that she puts on the picture? Model. She's telling you, she's promoting herself as a model. And then said, I'm not a model, I'm a content creator. Gaslighting, lying banshee. Uh, just all the time. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. She's insulting the guy. She's trying to make him out to be the bad guy. He's the one doing everything wrong. He's the problem. Now let's remember her jobs. She doesn't have a job. She's a content creator. And I didn't play the part of the recording. I skipped past it, but she said she didn't tell what all her bills were on the show or how she pays all her stuff. But she said she's a veteran and she gets paid to go to school. Those are the whole of her two jobs she mentioned. Now, going back to that first guy who said he thought she was an adult entertainer, probably, and based on the way she looked and presented herself, we see why. And she dismissed that as that's ridiculous. She wouldn't do anything like that. She's just a good content creator. What's this? What's this? She models in lingerie at a nightclub as a bottle service girl. She didn't tell you about this job. She left that whole job out. She wanted to make it out like she's making money as a content creator. She wants to pretend like it's crazy that she would do anything like adult entertainment when she's right there on the cusp of it. She's doing soft porn, basically, a version of adult entertainment. She's going out in sexy lingerie at nightclubs at night, where the first hashtag again is model at a nightclub, bottle girl. This is how she goes out in public in sexy lingerie with her breasts hanging out of a bikini top, modeling in lingerie. But being an adult entertainer is absurd. She would never do anything like that. He wanted her to model his product for his business, which he was going to pay her for, and we didn't get to the part where she's like, I just wanted to do a video where I would just show you modeling, detailing cars or whatever. But you actually do modeling of products for a business in lingerie. So what's he's asking you to do what you already do as a job. And she tried to make it out like he was the bad guy. And like the other guy was crazy for thinking she would sell herself physically from a sexual standpoint. And this is what she's selling in public. She's selling fantasies to men walking around the VIP section looking like this, dressed like this in sexy lingerie to sell a sexual image and a sexual fantasy to men. So she tried to act like both those guys were crazy, but they were right on point, as a matter of fact.
that I had no
later,
problem
but
paying you.
upon, may I finish speaking?
Go ahead.
Since you wanted to like overtalk me. Is that okay with you? I'm just waiting for my turn to talk.
All right, go ahead,
Thank
and then
you.
we'll let you go right after
I didn't
her.
ever say that I was a model, and then what did I say?
Again, she's lying about being a model. But look at dude when she's like, you want over. She's trying to goat him. She's constantly coming with attitude and insult. The dude just turned his head and laughed at her. He's like, I'm not going. I'm not getting into this foolishness with you, because he's being a man. He's not stunting her in this foolishness she's trying to come with. Basically, she knows she's wrong, and she's trying to find any kind of way to make it out where she's okay, where she is not the guilty party. She ghosted this man. She stood him up. She wasn't being responsive. She's 100% in the wrong, but she can't take accountability. And this is the face of gaslighting. This is the face of I must be right at all cost, and I must insult men. I'm always going to lead with shame, insult, guilt, and I must be right. And this dude played it perfectly. He didn't give her no time and no energy, and he just kept it moving. This is what you do, men. We got a great example in this situation, again, as opposed to the other brother who's going to be on this end cap coming up and how he simped out for this corn star. But she's right there on the cusp of being the same, and he knew just leave it alone right off the bat. That's the way you do it. You're watching 2007. We're going to get out of here with this one. Catch you on the next one. Peace.